through here. When Feezy came,
Giving him the praises all day, every day.
Praise the Lord, saints.
We're the station that puts Jesus Christ first. Gospel AM, 1490 WMBM.
When God, He made me, He said I'm perfect. With all my flaws, I'm worth it. Said there's nothing I'm lacking. My vibe is golden. See, I'm walking, I'm chosen. So I say goodbye to the stereotype. Say I'm walking high. So I pick myself up, head high, I'm up tall with my high heels, even blind, tongue-tied, I'm right.
Hey, happy Thursday, everyone. It is a thrilling, thankful, tremendous Thursday here in South Florida. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to Ladies Day Live Remix with Lady Des and the Male Perspective, MJ Smith. MJ, I love when you play my old theme song.
Well, that's only because it's Women's History Month.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for paying respects. I appreciate it.
If you want, I'll play it for you every time.
No. It feels good to hear it sometimes. So you've been doing it all month, so it's pretty cool. Thank you.
Because it says you're a woman.
Yeah, so happy Women's History Month, everyone. I hope everyone has been enjoying their womanhood, their sisterhood. I'm loving on social media where I'm seeing all the women collaborating and celebrating each other. It's awesome. It's awesome. And I want to say happy Women's History Month.
Let me just do the sponsors because you done brought the popo up in here and I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what's about to happen. So this program is brought to you by Beauty Our Way. It's a cosmetic brand for people of color. Check them out at beautyourway.com. Also, notary services and taxes at Exquisite Business Consulting LLC, 305-495-7398. That's 305-495-7398, notary services, taxes, and more. And please go to 130th Street in Northwest 7th Avenue because Lady Des and I were on the Wi-Fi earlier and her phone once again does not work. See Total by Verizon. Tell Travis that Lady Des is still in need of a brand new phone.
Oh, wow.
And now, Ladies Day Live, the remix.
Thank you, MJ. Thank you. And I do not need a new phone, like I say every Thursday. But I am so excited about today's show. And the reason why I'm excited, because I've known these young ladies since day one. And let me tell you the story about the one that's sitting directly in front of me. Who was supposed to be Unique Shamaya Hall. Right? So that was her name.
What do you mean was?
Well, we were actually hoping to have a boy, and we were told we were going to have a boy. And we picked a girl name just in case it was going to be a girl. And lo and behold, it was a girl. So we gave her the girl name that we chose. And when they brought this beautiful black girl to me.
Chocolate child.
Chocolate. Her skin was beautiful.
It still is.
And she still is. She still is. And when I looked at her, I looked at my husband. I said, we cannot call her Unique Shamaya. Her name is going to be Ebony Shamaya Hall. And I think she filled every bit of that name. Okay. So I'm happy that my daughter is here. And also my niece, which is my niece / daughter, because she lived with us as well. And that's one of our bonus child. And just to see these young ladies grow and blossom. And, at one point, I know with Destiny was like, oh, Lord, what are you going to do? Where you at? And she got it together. And just, like I said, just to see them blossom and becoming is just amazing. So I could not have done the young adult show without inviting them in. to share with everybody and to share their story and where they come from. Now, many people don't even know about Ebony. They always see Brianna and they see EJ because they go everywhere with us. They really didn't find out about Ebony until I posted her senior pictures, and they were like, "Where this beautiful black girl came from?" So we want to just give them a moment to share their story and their journey. And what did you say, MJ? Young women on the rise?
Young women on the rise.
And they're influencing the next generation. So I want to welcome you, and I want to introduce my daughter, Ebony Hall, or Miss Ebony Hall, and my niece slash daughter, Destiny Williams. Hey ladies, how y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi.
So listen, how it feels to be back in the station. Because Ebony, you started coming here when you were like 8 years old, and Destiny was probably 12, I think. So how it feels to be back?
It's a great moment.
Yeah, me and Ebony was just saying like how we haven't been here since we were so younger.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't missed nothing.
Really, MJ? So listen, let's move. I want each of you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell our audience about yourself.
My mother said basically everything, but my name is Ebony Hall. I'm the youngest of 4 of Desiree and E. Hall. I just graduated from Florida Atlantic University with a bachelor's in criminal justice. I'm currently in the process of going to the police academy and becoming law enforcement personnel right now.
And what are you doing right now?
I am a legal assistant.
Yes. Yeah, so shout out to, what's the law firm?
Kenny Davis Law.
Thank you. And Destiny, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Destiny. I'm my auntie's and my uncle's like bonus child. Seriously, I do have parents, guys, and they love me so much. But I have a beautiful 1-year-old, and she's turning 2 next month. I just graduated from Public Safety Telecommunicator Academy yesterday, and I have my PST. I'm certified now in the state of Florida. Yeah.
So congratulations on all of your accomplishments, ladies. We're talking about Women's History Month, and we just didn't want to leave out, like I said, the young adult. And there are so many young adult and children that are doing great things, that are making history at such an early age. So let's start with your journey. What was that transition like for you, moving from high school to college and now stepping into your career?
So, I didn't go to college, but, from high school, I thought about it, and I'm not going to lie, I will say at my adult age now, I should have listened to my aunties, my uncles, and I should have went to college. But, God had other plans, and he guided me through the whole process. I feel like the transition was kind of rough, not because I didn't go to college, but because of other obstacles that we'll get into later. But, I feel like right now the transition is smooth and the transition is going good.
Okay. I have another question, but I'll ask after Ebony answers the question.
So I did go to college. The transition from high school to college was kind of easy because I've been in school all my life. So it wasn't really a bad adjustment, but it was an adjustment of becoming an adult and being on my own for the first time and just going out there and seeing the world for myself and not through anyone else's eyes.
Okay, so let me ask you, when you left high school, what was that a fear to say, like, what I'm gonna do next? Where am I? Did you feel stuck at some point or any time?
Yes, it was just that, like my auntie said in the beginning, I was oh my God, Destiny, what are you gonna do? And the pressure from, like, my family, like, oh, what are you gonna do? And also having that pressure on myself, it was just like, you're getting it from both ends. Like, you go home by yourself and you, like, in your room, and you're, like, telling yourself, okay, what are you gonna do? And then you wake up every day and everybody's like, Destiny, you okay? What are you gonna do? And it's
I was putting so much on myself where I really had to sit down and figure it out. Like, sit down and make the blueprint. Like, okay, what do you want to do for real? What do you want to do? What makes you happy? So it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough.
Okay. Ebony, did you have that, what are you going to do, or you always pretty much knew what direction you were going to go in?
I can answer that.
Me too.
She already knew.
For me, it was a yes and no situation. Even though I did know what I wanted to do and I already had the plans on it, no one talks about like second guessing yourself or realizing that sometimes you have to fail and it's a part of the process. So it was a yes and no for me. Like, even though I knew exactly what I was going to do, I knew I was going to graduate college, I knew where I was going to be to this day, it was a challenge. It was. So it's a yes and no answer for me.
And you know what, MJ, one thing I told Ebony, I told her that you're not in this by yourself, because from a little girl, we used to call her Matilda, because Ebony always felt that she was this independent person. And she knew what she wanted, I mean, from a very young age. And it's a good thing, but it could work as a weakness as well, because you want to try to control every atmosphere, and once things doesn't roll or happen like you want it to, it can cause you to like crack under pressure. So I just wanted her to know that, listen, you don't have to carry the load alone. You don't have to carry the burden alone. We don't know everything. However, you know, we could just at least try to find the resources or something for you.
And I commend you for that, because you just did a show a couple of weeks ago, and it was a mentor, a teacher of Ebony, who constantly talked about how you guys spoke into her life and how, you know, Ebony was, yes, independent, but still prayerful.
Yeah, I mean, but see, that was the good thing, and I was so glad that she shared that with us. He's talking about Miss Dawson, and let me tell you, Miss Dawson loved Ebony, right? And I remember we going to the school to pick her up from the mentorship program, and she was telling me how Ebony was just praying for the
right.
Like, Ebony don't even pray at home with us. We got to like drag her. But just to know that what we taught wasn't going
It wasn't in vain.
right, right, and it wasn't going on deaf ears. They were really taking it in, and just the fact that she wasn't afraid to utilize that in school was an awesome thing. She said when everybody else didn't want to pray, Ebony took the initiative to go ahead and pray.
She get that from her mama.
So let me ask y'all, what challenges did you all face, and what kept you motivated through those challenges?
I guess I can go first on this one. A challenge that I faced, I'll say, throughout high school and going into college will be actually discovering different things about myself. Even though I was independent, I come from a family-oriented family, and, you know, with that don't really come privacy and space. So going into college and living on a dorm by myself and not really having a job, and then exploring ways to have income for myself so I didn't have to depend on my family was a challenge for me, which is how I started doing hair, and I did hair until I left college. But that's one thing I would say about myself is actually discovering and going through the challenge and going through the process and understanding that it's okay to go through emotions, it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be depressed at times, and just face the life that you have for yourself, and then going into something different and accomplishing that. So I think that will be like a challenge that I have within myself going through college.
But what kept you motivated?
What kept me motivated is my future. My long-term vision of being who I am, being who I knew I was going to be, being the cop that I knew I was going to be, being the light and the peace to the world that is kind of corrupt in this society. So I think just my future in general, and having, like, being the backbone for my family was my motivation.
Okay, all right. Destiny, what about you? What were some of your challenges, and what kept you motivated to not give up?
So, like I said, like I said earlier, I didn't go to college, or like my first year out of high school, I did pretty much nothing. And really, it was like, for me, that was a challenge. I would see like my cousin EJ, he's a CEO. Ebony, she went to college, and my sisters went to college. So that was a rough time for me. I was honestly sad. I felt bad. I felt like I let my auntie and uncle down. I felt like I let my parents down. And it was really hard. Again, like I said, like my auntie said, I stayed with them most of the time. So because my parents, they worked a lot, so they really weren't, like, they were there for us, but they had to work to provide for us. So I would go to my auntie house to get that feel of family. Like, we would pray every night. We would eat at the dinner table some nights. We would sit on the couch and watch TV. So when it came to the fact that I then got pregnant, I was just on some time. I was scared to tell my auntie and uncle. And like, especially my uncle, I was scared to tell him. I'm like, oh, what I'm going to do. And at that time, I felt like I just hit rock bottom. I didn't know what to do. What motivated me, and this, I know this is so cliche, but when Rain came to this world, I just knew, it's like, I can't just sit home and just do nothing. I had to fight for myself and my baby. And I told myself, I started working out now. Props to my cousin. But so in the gym, one day I just looked at myself and I told my trainer, I'm like, I'm about to quit. I can't do this. And I stopped. I went to the restroom and I told myself, I said, I'm not going to keep putting, oh, I'm doing this for Rain. I'm doing this. That's my baby now. I'm not going to keep doing this for Rain. I have to do this for myself. I have to wake up and want to do something for myself, because if I don't want to do it for myself, then I'm just solely putting all of my, like, how do I say it, all of my hurt and pain on her, and I'm just living through her. I want her to have her own life, and I want to also have my own life. But wow, raising her to be the woman that I want her to be, the woman that you honestly raised us to be, and want her to grow to be strong and stuff. So,
And I applaud both of you, because when you look at it, you have Ebony, who, doesn't have any kids, and then we have you, and like you said, you felt like you let people down. You are actually an inspiration to people, because, it happened to you, but think about all the other people that it's happened to, or people that are going through it right now who don't feel like they are going to make it. You're able to say, listen, it happens. You just have to get up and keep pushing.
yeah.
Absolutely. I agree, MJ. And just the courage for them to share, because I know that there are so many young adults and even older people that probably was there, and they started later on. They got that epiphany later on in life, and they felt like they wasted a lot of time. And it doesn't matter, as long as you start. That's the thing. And I love what you said, that you realize, I can't keep putting this on Rain or making it an excuse like I need to do this for Rain. But it has to come a time that I need to know that I need to do this for me. I need to do this for myself. And as I watched you, I wasn't there, but as I watched the video, I was like, I couldn't stop smiling. I was extremely proud of you. Extremely proud of you, because I know the struggle. I knew the challenges. And I was like, Destiny did it. She didn't give up. She didn't stop. You stayed with it. You stayed with it. And let's go here. What was that encouragement? Were y'all like a sisterhood? Your tribe? What was that? I know I asked already about the motivation, but like,
What was the support system?
There was that support system, that even if you felt like giving up, they was like, no, you cannot. We in this together.
My cousins did not play with me, okay? Like, they are, if you guys know, y'all know Lady Des, if y'all know Sir Hall, he tough love, and my cousins are just like that. I walk around, everybody know. My cousins are my siblings. They're like, girl, we are cousins. No, those are my siblings for real. And when I tell you did not play, they did not play with me. Destiny, how you get to work? Oh, Destiny, are you up for work? They clocked me. They have my location. Why you not at work, girl? Like, my cousins were there for me all the way. They don't play.
And see, I think, that's what needs to happen. We need to have that accountability partner, and somebody that is going to keep on us, because sometimes we can get so
Wrapped up.
so wrapped up, and we can get so comfortable. That's what I'm trying to say. So comfortable and just like, man, I ain't gonna do this. I'll just do something else. And no, you got to go. If we all doing it, it's no one left behind in this village, in this tribe. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna do it together. And I'm glad that you all stuck it out. So Ebony, why are you laughing? So Ebony, like, tell us your part in all of this in making sure not only you keep yourself motivated, but working with Destiny, and I know I was saying MJ, EJ, and Kayla. I think they all had a part in all of that.
One way I'll say I helped was we was in Philly, and she said she had to study, but I was working out, so I made her go get. The paper with all the what was it?
It was my FHPs.
All the FHPs and all the addresses she needed to know. And I said, every time you do a sit up, you're gonna have to tell me a street. And that's what we did for about 20 minutes until she gave up a little bit. But other than that, it was just having the words to say, knowing what she went through, or not even knowing what she went through, but hearing her part of the side of the story, and just giving her words of encouragement based off what she was saying to me. And at the end of the day, she did it. I was there yesterday and rooting for her. Woo, woo, proud. Know that JROTC worked out for her. Just a proud moment. As a little cousin, just a proud moment.
Absolutely, because it shows that hard work pays off. And Destiny, what was that like? Coming from not knowing what you were going to do, where life was going to take you, to you finishing and accomplishing something, not only for Rain, but for your own self.
Yeah, I know. My daddy ready. I even want to cry right now, but I'm holding back those tears. Like, I'm a person who's afraid of the unknown. I don't like to not know. So when I first filled out the application, I literally kept telling them, I'm like, they didn't like write me back. I'm not going to get, every time I doubted myself, God literally showed himself up. I'm like, they didn't write me back. Then I was literally in Orlando at my big cousin's house, and the lady called me. She's like, oh, Destiny, hi. We need you to come in. And I'm like, right now? She's like, oh, we'll just give you the weekend because, I know it's Memorial Day weekend and you might want to spend time with your family, but you could come in as soon as possible. Mind you, I'm in Orlando. I'm like, how am I going to get home? Wait, I start work. I was excited. I started texting my cousins and my siblings. I'm like, I start work. I'm happy. Like, I didn't know what to do. When I went in and I sat in front of all of those officers and I sat in front of, like, everybody in higher places. At the time, it was the director. I met her. I'm like, this can't be my life right now. I gotta be dreaming. I went home and I told them about my experience, and now I'm here, certified.
Wow. And like I said, I can't stop congratulating you. And it is bringing tears to my eyes to know that you both did it, and just to watch you now blossom in such great women is amazing. Now, we know representation matters, right? As you are blazing your own trail, how are you influencing and inspiring other young Black women who are coming up behind you? Because y'all have other little cousins that are watching you. You have siblings that are watching you.
Got people y'all don't even know.
No, watching you, yes.
I would say I make it a point to lead by example. Am I perfect? No. Am I still learning? Yes. But like you said, there's someone underneath me. When I say underneath, I mean age, by the way. There's someone underneath me that is looking, that is going based off what I am. Even my friends, like some of them don't have the family that they have, and I bring them over like, hey, this is what a family's supposed to look like. Even some of my families call my dad, and that's okay because I know that a lot of them don't have the father figure that they're supposed to have in their life. So I think that would be one thing I would say is just leading by example, showing the experience, having that mentorship, having that encouragement with just your family or friends or significant others or anyone that needs that encouragement. So that's basically what I say.
I'd say being just me. I've been Destiny no matter what. No matter where I've been Destiny. and I have my trainer now. Everybody, she's a black lady. She's older than me, and she's a AK. And everybody warned me, like, Destiny, when you go sit with her, just, do what she says. Don't give no problems. She's just not that. I sat with her, and everybody's like, how was your first day? I'm like, she's nice. She's not. They're like, Destiny, no. I'm like, I just was being myself, and being you will honestly open up doors where, like we've been saying this whole session, I'm Destiny. I can't be nobody else. I don't know how to be nobody else. I was raised by my auntie and uncle, basically, and I'm still have stuck to being me.
It's funny. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's funny because you sit back and you listen to her, and she was like, well, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was doing, but your name had already told you, boo. Destiny.
Come on.
It was already there. All right, I'm sorry.
Yes, she was destined for. She was destined for that. I love it. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So, Destiny, who's been the most influential woman in your life, and what lessons did she teach you that you carry with you today?
Shout out to Lady Des, y'all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's my girl, my world.
Okay, all right. Ebony?
I would say my mom. She said,
"Hey guys, that's your dad."
No.
You said most influential woman.
Oh, woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had to really sit there and think at first. when I put that, I'm like, we had our rough times growing up. We seen our differences, but I see myself doing things or doing things that she has embedded in us at a young age. So yeah, I would say my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'm like overjoyed, honestly, MJ. You can roll your eyes.
Big cry, baby.
No, it's like we're literally watching these children grow before our eyes. Mm-hmm. And this is something that Eddie and I always talked about. Like, man, we wonder what they're gonna be like when they get grown. And this is when they were little, and now we're at this place where that's what we're actually doing. Right. We're sitting down, watching them blossom, watching them bloom. EJ sending us messages constantly, like, Mom, look what I got, look what I did. Right. Or Destiny and Ebony. It's just amazing. Shaquita and Brianna, all of them. Right. All of them are in their own lane. And I'm so glad that they listen. They listen. Like, they made plenty of mistakes, like all of us have made mistakes. And I just want to give a shout out to the village, because it wasn't just myself and Eddie, because we worked a lot as well. We worked a lot. So they spend a lot of time with their grandparents. And that's one thing I was always grateful for, because I'm going to try not to cry. I never had the opportunity to have grandparents. And to see my children be able to enjoy the life and just the enjoyment and the fellowship, to be able to be there and just experience grandparents was just amazing to me. And my sister Shawanda, we just had a village around us, and they had it on both sides. And even with Ed's parents, before they passed away, they were there. Pansy is there, and a slew of aunts and uncles that are in the paint with us. So it took a tribe, it took a whole village to basically raise these children. And to all the parents out there, listen, and those that are in the community, you may say, I don't have children. I don't know what to do. There's some child in your community that are looking for someone to love them. Absolutely. And to just watch over them and just make sure that they're okay. Because a lot of times these children, they feel like they have nobody.
And to your point, Des, let's also stress that the way that the kids are now, they had great examples. So with that being said, people, you have to realize the kids are always watching. Yes. So the examples you set, that's what you're going to get. Yeah. And it's just like you said, MJ, it's not do as I say, but it's do as I do. Exactly. Because what I say is what I'm doing. So I want to be, and Ebony said it as well, I want to be that example.
and not only to my children, but to so many other children around. Just like Ebony says, she brings her friends over all the time. Hey, Splish Splash friend, and she know why I call her Splish Splash friend. But they just, everybody just go in as family. And that's how our parents raised us, you know, is just to love on each and every one. And when you come around us, you're family.
Amen. I'm a witness. I'm a witness. And with that being said, let's go to, Destiny, you look like you want to answer this. What advice would you give to young black women who are just starting on their journey from high school to college or just stepping into their careers?
I had a lot of quotes, but the one I will say is trust your journey. Every challenge and setback is shaping you into the person you're meant to be.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I ain't got nothing after that. No, but seriously, it's scary. It's scary. And again, like I stated before, I am a person who is legitimately scared of the unknown. It's scary, but do it. God literally told us, you have to have faith the size of a mustard seed. Step out on faith, and nothing that you do with God is impossible. This whole journey, I did it with God, and it's been possible.
She definitely a Williams.
Yes, right. So listen, I want to thank you all so much for coming, taking out time of your busy schedule to be with your mom and MJ. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I thank everyone so much for tuning in, whether you're watching via Facebook Live or on the app at WMBM.com or live streaming at WMBM.com.
Hey, Pansy. All right. Myself, Florida, we do this each and every Thursday at 6:30 in the p.m. She is
Lady Des.
I am Jay, and this is Ladies Day Live, the remix on Gospel, AM 1490, WMBM.
Love's great change.
Actors Playhouse, together with presenting sponsor and children's are proud to present the Young Talent Big Dreams competition, the most widespread free youth talent contest in Miami-Dade County. Kids between
Hey y'all! Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Ladies Day Live Remix with Lady Des and a male perspective, MJ Smith. Say hi, Ebony. That's my baby girl, y'all. And this is Destiny. She just graduated yesterday. 911 dispatch. Somebody called 911. So listen, y'all, let's continue to encourage our children. Let's be a support in their life. And let's be that example. It's very important that they see us doing what we say and not just telling them what to do. You could be very impactful. We don't know where these children are going to go, but I thank God that they did listen and they did take the information and applied it to their life. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I love you. Talk to y'all later.